Greetings hobbyists, this is Artisans of Wool, and in this video we're having a look at the Select Pro add-on. The Select Pro add-on is created by Huge Menace, the same creators that bring us ND, which is a wonderful free tool set with a huge number of tools. I'll put a link in the description to a playlist on that. And at the time of recording this, Select Pro is in its beta testing phase, though I want to be clear, it's really good, as you'll see, and you'll get why they're beta testing it, and they need to have that beta testing stage to make sure that it works effectively. But that makes this a great time to get the add-on if you're going to be interested in it. It's going to save you a load of money, and the other thing I want to mention is, again, that ND is free, so it's helping out a creator that's giving us an awesome free toolset, and this toolset's pretty sweet. So what we're going to do is I'm just going to make some extra cubes, something like that, and I'll tell you what, we'll just scale that one up, just for the sake of it. Now, what Select Pro does is it changes the A key into Select Pro. Now, the first thing to be aware of is that normally A is the Select All key, but that is the first option, and it's actually got an option here for A. So if you click AA twice, it selects everything. So it's not going to slow you down, but it puts this key press right where your finger's going to be. Now, if you go to the bottom, you've got all of the options, and this uses all of the different options that you normally can do with Blender, but you don't need to remember any of your shortcuts or where they are in the menu systems, up and select or whatever shortcut you're going to use. So that's really helpful. It also, in this second section, has a predictive function. Now, this I imagine is what they're really beta testing. All of this other stuff works great, but this is meant to be quite smart in trying to work out what you want to do. So for example, at the moment it's got random and we can change that. So for example, if I select this one and hit A, now we can select all meshes. Now if we had other things that weren't meshes, that would select just our meshes. But let's have a look at a more practical use in this situation. So let's say I move this here and then one here and then one here, and I decide that I'm going to boolean these out. So we've got this all booleaned. Now I have my ball tool set to automatically parent these to my object so that when I move this around, everything moves with it. So I might want to select from this all of the objects that are booleaned out of it. Now because they're parented, I should, yep, there we go, hit A, and it's already worked out we want the children. Now at the moment this is, you'll notice, selecting the main cube as well. If I turn off extended, I've now selected just the children. I could H to hide them. Or it might be that if I've got a boolean, I want to know what that boolean is acting on. I appreciate that's easily seen here. Let's see if this still works. And yep, we've got a few options, like I might want to select the parent, or I might want to select all of the other siblings, so the other children, because I just want to select one, A, and then go to that point and then hide them all or scale them or whatever I want to do. So it definitely seems to be functioning pretty well here. Right, let's look at some other use cases. So what we've got is I'm going to bring in a cube and we're going to make a chessboard. So let's S and Shift and Z. And because it's a chessboard, I want it to have some coloring to it. Let's come down here and add in some color. I'm going to click New and we're going to change this. I'm just going to do this in the viewport display to being a darker color. So let's get going. I'm going to tab 3 interface mode, I to inset that, and then we'll select that and E to extrude this up. And then we're going to select this middle part here, and then I'm going to Control and E to subdivide this. And a chessboard has 8 sections to it, so I need to have 7 cuts. Great. Okay, so how are we going to go about making our chessboard? Well, first of all, let's A, and yep, it's worked out, or it's guessed we want to check a deselect. Notice there's things like all quads if we want to select things, or a boundary loop if I just wanted the outside edge. So again, pretty good on the smart options. And I just want to repeat that if we wanted to, we can go into the edit mesh selector and we've got every single option here that we could possibly want. So let's check a deselect, and then what I'm going to do is I to just inset a little bit and then E to extrude that up to there. And then what we'll do is select this one, and then let's see how this works. I'm going to A, and no, I'm trying to get everything that's the same size as this. So I'm going to have to go there. It hasn't got the size worked out. So I'm going to go to here, select similar, and then we'll go with area. There we go. So that's now got all of those. And then I'm just going to I to inset these as well. And then I'm going to E to extrude these up. And then normally, because I've got a keypad, I'll just Control and plus. But if I don't have that, I can A, and no, we are going to have to come in here, and then we're going to go to more or less and more, and then once again we can come in here and add in our new material. So let's assign that, and then there we go. That's my chessboard, nicely done. So it just made selecting things way easier. Right, now let's combine this with a different tool. So let's bring in I don't know, what should we do? Let's do a rounded cube. I'm going to up this arc to 20, so it's really rounded. Let's just scale that up. And let's just G and Y that over here. Then I'm going to have some sort of cylinder coming out of it. So let's just get a cylinder. Let's up this to 128, so it's nice and rounded. And then we'll come here, and then I'm going to use hard ops, and then just make sure that that is there. And then once again, we'll align that here. So there we go, all aligned. Let's scale that up, S and Z. So we've got something like this, and then maybe we've got another part as well. So Shift and D, and then R, and then 90, and then we'll just bring that over somewhere here, just to sort of demonstrate what we're doing. So say I've got a part here, and we're going to Control and plus to boolean that together. And I probably need to change that to an exact. So let's just H to hide that. And then we're going to confirm it. So apply that, go into edge mode, select that edge there, and then once again A, and I'm going to, there we go, contiguous path, and it works out that I want to select this edge. Now, there are other ways of doing this. For example, Mesh Machine, which we're going to look at in a second, can do this as well, but Standard Blender can't, and this is definitely the cheapest way of getting that functionality available to you. So just bear that in mind. That is pretty useful. It's not a Standard Blender function. There are other non-Standard Blender functions in here as well. Then I'm going to use Mesh Machine to do an offset cut. Let's make that a bit bigger, and then I'm going to bevel this. Let's do something like that. That looks quite nice. Now, let's say I'm happy with this. I go away, do some other stuff, maybe edit some other portions of this, and then I come back and I want to actually do some work with this. So what we can do is select here, let's just A, and then contiguous path, works fine. Shift click there, A, contiguous path, and then A, and once again, this prediction's really working well. I want this inner loop region, and I actually want this the other way around, and we've got the option here, so I can basically just swap it. And then I could use hard ops to do something like make, I don't know, something like that. So it's got a little bit more of an interesting transition, or maybe this is an extra loop of a different material. But again, just really easy to select our different options. Now, obviously, with all these select options, there's so much we can do here, like invert our selections. So I can't really go through everything. I just wanted to demonstrate a few things that we can do with this. But already there are some videos coming out from Huge Menace about this, and they're really good. That's why I don't do a huge amount of videos covering them like I have with other add-ons, because their tutorials are already excellent. I don't really have much to add other than just to draw your attention to this awesome add-on. Anyway, hopefully you found that useful. I think this could be useful for everyone, but especially if you're a beginner in Blender, having all those select options in one place so you're not trying to find them in different places and having really accessible with one shortcut is absolutely brilliant. So grab it while it's on discount if you're interested. If you found that useful, I always appreciate you hitting that like button. If you think I've missed anything or there's any particular tools in this add-on you think deserve even more of a shout out, please say so in the comment section, and I hope to see you in the next video. Have a great day, guys.